had issues.
In 2020, the world was plagued by the COVID-19 pandemic, and events across the world were affected, and drone racing was no exception. After several months of social distancing, we finally are able to host our first major drone racing event of the year. Just 20 miles south of NASA's launch facility,
Go for launch.
we are here at the Vera High School Stadium, where over 100 of the fastest pilots from across the world are here to compete head-to-head.
Seeing the top 2 pilots of this, we're going to move on to our top 8 in the next 40.
These top pilots rose through the ranks from a pool of 604 pilots who globally ranked at 97 different global qualifiers. There are 2 different tracks set up for qualifications where we've seen some familiar faces and some new pilots who are quickly making their names known. Welcome to 2020 Multi-GP Drone Racing Championship presented by Race Day Quads. Let's go down and meet some of the pilots.
Kevin Turner, Quad Doc's my racer name, and everybody knows me as Evan's dad. Well, we're getting later in the brackets of not the top 40, and not the next 40, but I mean, we're talking about the real racers, the next 40. And I can't stop winning, I just can't.
So what makes these pilots fly so fast?
You gotta go barefoot, man. It's the best way to fly. You gotta fly barefoot and no restrictive clothing.
Shark tooth, shark fossil power of the deep.
I've got good video on all 4.
I've got 4 pilots ready to go. Going live on the tone. Less than 5. This is her first year racing. She came out to one of my races, local races, never flying a quad before in her life, coming straight out of the simulator and whooping my pilot's butts on her first ever race. And here she is at the 2020 championships, taking first place in race number 27. Moving on, Pie Fly.
I'm Pie Fly from Central PA Quad Racers. It's really fun because everyone had to qualify, so you deserve to be here.
Drone racing is fun, but let's compare it to a carnival ride. Currently, the Space Coast Fair is going on next door, and you've all experienced the jitters of getting on that one ride that kind of scares you, right? The anticipation builds as the harness locks, the doors shut, and then boom, you take to the skies. The adrenaline, the rush, and all the pressures from the ride gives you a wild grin on your face as you start to lose control.
It's crazy. This is the craziest drone race ever, but it's so much fun because you go through a gate and you're like, where's my drone gonna go? I don't know. Oh, we're going this way. Okay, let's go turn around. It's wild. It's wild out there.
You probably won't be able to see them because they seem to move so fast.
Without a doubt, 2020 has been the hardest championship for us to put together. We have faced a canceled venue. We've faced weather. We've faced restrictions for travel. We've faced some of the craziest wind we've seen. But we don't quit. Right now, it's the top 16. Get ready. It's going to be sweet.
Becky takes the first race! There we go, boys! Nice! Number 11, bro! Woo!
Hi, pilots. All those down thumbs up on your quad. Gonna go live on the phone. Less than 5.
With the championship title on the line, pilots gave it their all. Some would say they even sent it. The excitement was building. Celebrations were getting a little out of hand.
Okay, that's me, you, and who else got on table? Okay, up three. What is my setup? I just had so much fun. Let's go.
Spicy.
Goes on to lap number 2. Look at this battle for second and third between Hyper and Propsicle. Propsicle getting just ahead of Hyper onto lap number 2, 0.4 of a second separating them. Again, top 2 staying alive. One more gate to go. There's a checkered for Heads Up FPV. He is now in the semi-final of the consolation bracket. Propsicle finishing in the number 2 spot. And so that is going to move him and Heads Up FPV into our next heat.
Less than fun.
Propsicle is right behind him. Then battle for second, third, Chief and Fat Kid. Looking for no mistakes on this one to get into our final 4. Looks like Fat Kid may be out of this. No guarantees yet. Might be able to turtle mode. But right now, Heads Up FPV and Propsicle, you're good. Play it safe. You're going to be going to our final 4 if you get to our race day quads checkered line without a scratch. The storyline continues. Will there be a repeat? Heads Up FPVs in our final 4. And how about the guy qualifying number 2? He is in the final 4 as well. Propsicle making our championship here tonight. Outstanding run.
An outstanding run indeed, but a devastating oversight to return safely to the landing zone resulted in a disqualification. Propsicle was removed from the final 4, which moved Soren FPV into the top runnings.
Full send, and the whole shot gonna go to Neukel, but
Neukel was the TQ and held the Ironman claws in play.
Heads Up FPV is just ahead of Neukel.
All he needed was one win to seal his fate.
Look, a little bit of contact for Heads Up FPV. Neukel is down. We are running again. We're gonna hand an ace to Fat Kid.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's get it! Yeah. I just need to work on my consistency, I guess. Well, I'm on the last block, so.
And again, there's no Ironman mode. Neither Heads Up or Neukel have an ace. Fat Kid is the ace to chase. He's running in the number 3 spot. And we're about to hand out another ace from the deck. This one going back to Heads Up FPV.
Never has a multi-GP championship had a total of 4 races to decide the victor.
Let's do it one more time. I'm hungry. I want food. I'm thirsty, bro.
4 up and everyone racing clean right now. Heads Up. And then we got issues. We have crashing out. We have things rebooting. This is a grinder, but it looks like we are back up in the air. And Heads Up FPV. Checkered flag about to fly to whoever gets there first. And at this point, they're going to say Neukel. Pilots, if you can just not move your car or your quads, just leave your quads where they are. We do want to do a little bit of CSI. So DVR reviews in play.
A DVR review revealed Neukel had gone through a gate in the reverse direction.
So what that means, after a review of the play, Neukel has been disqualified. There's only one other pilot that got all 3 laps, and it's that guy right there. Fat Kid is your 2020 multi-GP champion.
Judges, thank you, Tim Barnhart.
Yeah, so we finished, and then they told us to go again, and then I got 3rd, and then I said I might have got first because we're reviewing 1st and 2nd, and then first got DQ'd because he missed the gate, and then second already had an ace. Most confusing thing, I don't even know how I remember it. But congrats to Soren, that kid, he killed it, he earned it, and I'm happy to have taken second, and I'm excited to see where Neukel and all the other pilots go next year. But it was a good year, exciting as always. It's multi-GP for you, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you.
That's killer. Yeah. You deserve it, man. Woo.
So came in, qualified third. I was really excited about that. I wasn't expecting to do that well in qualification. I'm usually a little bit lower than that, and just win with consistency, and that's really what happened. You know, this track was really difficult for a lot of pilots, and everyone just kept crashing, and I just kept doing my consistency game. That's how I always do it. So I'm incredibly excited to take the win here. That was honestly, I was hoping for it, but it was unexpected. I'm so happy. I want to thank definitely my parents. They're so supportive. David, he was training with me for Hazard FB. He was training with me for a month before this, spotting me through the whole event, helping me out with quads. All my friends here, I just love coming to races, being with my friends. Honestly, they're like all my sponsors. Everyone's just so awesome. Like, there's too many to go through specifically, but everyone knows the part they played.